Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever this podcast finds you. I hope you are continuing to flourish. I hope you are continuing to self evaluate, see what you need to change or what that, you need to do different, things that you need to accept, let go, and move on. We are in the last month of 2021. We made it. We barely thought we would make it through 2020. We've made it through 2021. So many people have not made it here. And that song I was playing, Justin Bieber, Ghost, is just stating how we always feel like we have tomorrow. And we know that we do not. So I feel like my purpose is needed here more than ever. The time is now and going forward for future generations. Thank you guys so much for streaming. Thank you for listening to the guided affirmation videos. I will definitely be bringing more things like that to you. Thank you for all the support, encouragement, and believing in me and trusting me. Um, this one is very special to me. I almost didn't do it. I was so nervous. I'm like, God, is it time now? We're talking about the butterfly, okay? Um, and this is also my first YouTube video and podcast in a while that I did where I felt like I needed to research. And I did research, and what I found for myself was amazing. So I'm definitely so happy to share here with you guys. Um, how are you? How are you feeling? It's the last month of this year. Um, have you set new goals? I mean, so many things can happen between now and the end of the month, coming into the new year. So this is a great time to, again, start doing affirmations, start doing breathing and stretching, and start drinking your water. And make sure you moisturize your skin, like take a walk. Like these are little things that can make such a big difference in our lives. So I do have notes here. You'll hear me going back. You'll see me going back and forth. But if you're listening, then hopefully it flows well for you. So let's get started. Again, I was so nervous on speaking on this. I asked God, was it time? He said yes. I had to listen. Um, but as soon as I started making my notes, the words and the feeling began to flow. You know, like I said, this is my purpose. I can speak in my sleep. I probably do. Again, thank you so much for trusting me. I had this whole thing to go along. And this is why I tell you guys, as people, as entrepreneurs, as parents, as students, wherever you are in your life right now, um, you can have a plan, but sometimes things do not work out exactly how you feel they should, but you have to literally keep going. You guys know literally every time I do this podcast, I'm telling you a story of how this did not go correctly, but I'm still showing up. So it's so important to still show up for yourself. Um, I had this whole thing to go along with it. I couldn't make happen, but the words and my words and feeding your soul and feeding my soul also as well is what's most important. And I do believe that theme and everything that God has placed inside of me as for a vision will still come to life. But right now, I'm making some other things happen. Um, Never doubt that you will be able, and never doubt all the good things God has placed in your life and that He wants to reveal in your life. Okay, you're worth it. You're worthy. Let's go. So, what is a cocoon? So, a caterpillar and other animals, they sometimes create this, not sometimes, I guess I say sometimes because sometimes they die before they complete their transformation. And that happens in real life. So, what happens inside of this cocoon? This cocoon is something that's actually self made. They kind of make it themselves. It's a safe space. It's a it's a space literally for transformation. Alrighty. So some of you are still caterpillars. That's fine. Some of us are in the cocoon, and some of us have bloomed and blossomed into these beautiful butterflies. I don't feel like this should be for one space in life because you could be a butterfly today and a caterpillar tomorrow. Okay. I hope it does not happen that way for you, but I'm just being realistic. You can be in a cocoon today, and then even though you've bloomed and you turn into a butterfly, now there's a different obstacle that you kind of have to make. So you have to go back into this sacred, safe space, and that's okay. Um, so let me see. This article that I'm reading is it's on a website. You could just Google, like I literally just Google what happens inside of a cocoon. I love to research. Um, So this is on Wonderopolis, WONDEROPOLIS.org. But literally, like I said, just if you want to do more research, you can just Google what goes on inside of a cocoon. Even on the website, they mention how, have you ever seen a caterpillar transform into a beautiful butterfly? And there are a few transformations as miraculous and fascinating as the process of becoming a butterfly. And it is a miracle. It's a miracle. It's literally a miracle to transform yourself from one thing, from one space, from one statistic, from one person with no voice, to get into this safe space, this cocoon, um, where you're alone and it's just you, and you're fighting and you're transforming to become something better. Um, so one thing that I wanted to mention is how cocoons provide camouflage. So while you're in this cocoon and this transformation is taking place, you're hidden. You're hidden. I think that's powerful for someone, because sometimes we don't realize God is actually hiding us, because that potential and what's going to happen after you come out of this cocoon, He's hiding you, He's tucking you away, He's letting you go through hurt, He's letting you go through disappointments. You are alone. You are doing a lot of crying. But if you can survive the cocoon, you bloom into um, your next level, your butterfly. Um, in my cocoon, um, it's a boundary. I had to learn how to set boundaries. You guys, I talk about this often. Please learn to set boundaries. You're literally setting your boundaries so you can teach people how to to handle you. So this cocoon is a great boundary. I mean, I've lost some people and lost connection with some people. I mean, y'all know I love my grandmother. I'm named after her. We have a great relationship. But even during this season, we had to go through some things, and it was unexpected. And I had to go through a period of not speaking to her. And right now we're doing great. We're doing wonderful. And I think she understands me more now. She respects me more now. And I just pray we continue to flourish, because, like I said, I do love her so much. And I think she had to actually accept, some people had to accept that you actually want to do something than what's presented before you or what's told um, you to do. You don't want to just go to work and be a supervisor and work a 9 to 5, and that's it, and that's your life, and you go to church and that's it. Because if it was left up to my family, that's what I would do. But I knew God had so much more for me planned, and I'm just so excited for everything. Um, so again, the cocoon is a safe place, it's a sacred place, it's camouflage for your protection, okay? So it's all for your protection, it's all for your making. While some people think of cocoons as a resting place, there's no resting going on inside of the cocoon. To the contrary, there's a lot of activity. Inside of the cocoon, the caterpillar is literally transforming into a new creature. This requires that old caterpillar body be broken down and turned into something new. Wow. There's no resting in the cocoon. There is work to be done inside of that cocoon. You are doing the self work, you're self analyzing, you are learning how not to project onto other people what you're feeling. You are learning to feel all of your feelings so that you can process them correctly, not hold them in and then release them on someone else. You are learning how to hold your tongue and be quiet when someone is lying on you, when they are not telling the whole story, when they're painting you to be a villain. You're learning to be quiet because you're in this cocoon, you're tucked away, you're hidden, and you are doing real work. There's no rest inside of the cocoon. Let's see. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna go back to my notes here. Um, So again, we said it's safe, we said it's sacred. Um, it feels as if the world as you know it is changing because it is. Um, you can't hang with caterpillars once you become a butterfly. Some things that caterpillars do, you will not be able to do. And we always think of this as, oh, which you know, we could say simple things as cursing or drinking or whatever. But also, it's just the mentality. Some people think like a caterpillar, and they're on the ground acting like a caterpillar, and they don't want to heal. They don't want to, take accountability for anything. They just want to stay where they are, accepting what they accept. This is their norm. This is it. And you're trying to spread your wings. You want to fly. You're a butterfly, so you have other things. You have godly business to tend to. Okay, so things you did accept as a caterpillar, you'll no longer accept them as a butterfly. It stops there. You learn to set that boundary. You learn how to apply discipline to your life to really meet goals and execute plans and dreams. Um, in the movie Cinderella, she sings a song, "A dream is a wish your heart makes when you are fast asleep. It's time to wake up." That wish you have to, it has to be executed, so it takes a lot of work. Let's see. Some things won't even be available to you. Like, don't come around me with that negative energy. You know not to bring that to me because what am I going to do with it? I'm focused. I'm focused on my goal. I have work to do. Your entire, well, let me say this first because I'm actually wrapping up. This is a short, quick video and to the point. Um, One thing that the article does mention that in order to complete the transformation, the insect must eventually escape the cocoon. And it's not hard because when you're in the cocoon, if we compare this to real life, you're still kind of doing this. You're doing, you're like, oh, well, I can hang with them, right? I can do this. I can, you know what I mean? I could be mean. Some people just want to be mean and negative and you know what I mean? And they feel like this is just who they are. And really, you have to break down all of that. And that's what the cocoon process is for. So escaping the cocoon is what completes your transformation. Do you want to complete your transformation? Are you trying to complete your goal? What is your goal? Do you know your goal? Do you know who you want to become? Um, so this was a good part. Some escape by cutting their way out of the cocoon. So some of us are like, hey, I'm here. This is me. I did my work. I'm happy. I want you to be happy. This is what God has done in my life. They cut their way out. Okay, that's probably me. Others take a little bit more time and they kind of slowly make their way out. Like, hi, I'm here. However you choose to do it, do it. No one can judge you. We all have our own time frames. No one is perfect. Literally, we're all fighting and battling something. Life happens to us all, but we all have a story. Um, and God has a plan for all of our lives. We don't know that plan, but if you get tuned and you get connected to the higher power, to that voice, to your instincts, go to therapy, different things like that, you will be able to see what the plan is for your life. In ending this video, like I said, it'll be really short. I want to let you know that once you get into this process of a butterfly, you are free. Let them talk about you, let them judge you. You know where your power comes from. You know how you spent so many nights alone being in that cocoon state, being grown, being hurt, being lied on, being underestimated and misunderstood. But now you are a butterfly and you survived. And whether you had to cut your way out of your cocoon, whether you slowly came into that process, you've here and you've arrived. I always say thank you so much, guys, for streaming and supporting me. My IG is oportia underscore and if you want to follow me on Facebook, it is my name, Portia Mitchell. Until next time, just keep pushing.